So, Harry, the January 6th committee has urged the DOJ to prosecute Trump for the big lie. I want you to take a listen to what Adam Schiff had to say this morning.
I would like to see the Justice Department investigate any credible allegation of criminal activity on the part of Donald Trump or anyone else. The rule of law needs to apply equally to everyone. And there are certain actions, parts of these different lines of effort to overturn the election that I don't see evidence the Justice Department is investigating.
So do you think the Attorney General has started building a case against Trump, or that he's waiting for these hearings to play out?
I think he started building a case that could eventually implicate Trump. He has convened, there are two grand juries now meeting that are separate from the grand juries that charged all the actual marauders, and they are focusing on state and government officials. And there's really no way to do it credibly, no way except by going to the top. I'm confident that they will be looking at the question of Trump's liability. Then if they find that it meets the normal criteria for charging, they still have a little bit on their hands to consider, along with probably the president. It's a very weighty decision. But I'm confident that they are already on the path, and that that path will not end before the former president is investigated.
So Trump says that he actually believes that the election was stolen. Putting objectivity aside for a second, that's totally subjective. But I mean, how will the committee need to disprove that defense?
Pretty tricky, right? Because he's focused more and more, or his defenders are, on what I've come to call the Kool-Aid defense. He had drunk so deeply of his own Kool-Aid that he disbelieved it. But it doesn't fly, actually. First of all, what you're going to hear tomorrow is many more attestations like we heard from Barr last week, starting with his own campaign manager, who will say, he was told he lost in front of me. Now, does that mean he's not crazy and doing, hearing things and still thinking he won? It doesn't matter. Here's a point I think that a lot of people have missed. He could say, this is why I was doing it, but it wouldn't justify the criminal action of, say, impairing an ongoing investigation of Congress. That gives him justification to take it to court, perhaps, but not to do what he did. Finally, we already know of at least one piece of evidence where he said, yeah, I know I lost. He said it to Speaker of the House to Speaker of the House wannabe, and that's the whole big question here, Kevin McCarthy, who told it to the rest of his caucus. That's going to be admissible. So a jury could disbelieve it. There's proof that he said it. And at the end of the day, he's guilty whether or not he believes that he's justified for that reason. If he knows what he's doing, that is to say, impairing the function of Congress or imposing violence on them, is against the law. And that he surely does.